Hey guys, welcome back to the Screen Team right here on KWOC. Remember, Screen Team, we are all over the place. If you want to find us on social media, do so. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we are on YouTube, and we've got our own website. It's nice and pretty and shiny. Check it out at screenteampb.com. For this next review, I'm being joined by Maisha, and Maisha is a trooper for us today. Maisha just got out of surgery this past week, and she's helping us with this review. And Maisha, first off, how are you feeling?
I am better than I was yesterday, and hopefully I'll be better tomorrow than I am today.
So are you going to use this time to kind of get caught up on your movies and TV?
Yeah, actually I am, and a couple of YouTube videos, some makeup tutorials, so I don't look like a dumpster fire every day.
Oh man, Maisha, I missed that. I missed that humor, man. The movie that we're going to review this go around is a movie called The Birth of a Nation. This movie was released in 2016, and it talks about the story of Nat Turner. He was a slave, but also a preacher, and he was a man who kind of brought up an uprising to his particular situation in the South. First off, before we get into the kind of story details about this film, what were your initial thoughts watching it? Did you like it?
It was not a movie that I will view more than once. It is not due to the fact that I didn't like it. It just wasn't as historically accurate as it could have been.
Interesting. I'm curious to get into that. All right. First off, let's kind of get into the details of the movie, and then we can kind of see where the inaccuracies are. Okay. We've got Nate Turner. He's we meet him as a very young boy. He's a slave in the South, and we find out from the very beginning that he's special. He is he wants to learn. He wants to know as much as he can, and he's reading books, and at the very early age of like 7 or 8, his slave owner teaches him the Bible. Is that right?
Yes, which I have my theories about slaves being taught the Bible. I'm a Christian. I'm devout. I 100% believe in the Bible. Mm-hmm. But the easiest way to keep someone underneath your thumb is to teach them a variation of a Bible that states to you that you are to submit to your masters.
Well, that's
what that's what a good slave is to do. Go ahead with what you're going to say.
No. That's very, very true. She even, I mean, the storytellers kind of even pointed that out. You know, he wanted to read the books all over the bookshelves, and the slave owner was like, "No, those aren't for you. Those are for white people. This one is more of
this one you can read."
Right. So I think that kind of goes more to your point there.
What I'll say about this movie was, yes, there was a slave revolt, and I believe just to say that Nat Turner was used to, I don't know, kind of incendiary. How can I put this? To fire it up. Mm-hmm. I don't agree with that, because these people were already aggravated. They were already tired of the situation. They were already in talks of, I'm done with this. Mm-hmm. You know, there's more of us than there are of them. Mm-hmm. And you take one that knows the Bible, and then you basically charge people to say, hey, I'll let him come and read this Bible to your slaves to keep them calm,
right,
to keep them subdued. It should never have taken to see the atrocities that were happening on other plantations and to other slaves before you realize, hey, this is a bad situation that we're in.
So, for me to understand what you're saying here, are you mad at the main character, Nate Turner, for not realizing that the situation was bad to begin with from the very start?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, why would it take for you to have to see further atrocities? You were born a slave.
Yeah.
You know, you see that you're the only one being allowed to be taught to read. And the only book, the moment that someone says you can only read this one, the other books are for white people, you have to know that, and even getting older, that something is wrong.
Right. Yeah.
So,
go ahead.
And I didn't like the rape scene. I'm just going to lay that one flat. No,
Yeah,
that was historically inaccurate.
to me, I was curious, because when they were advertising this movie, it was a revolt movie, a revenge movie, and an uprising movie. When you're watching the movie, it doesn't get to that particular area until the very very last act of the movie, and
Right.
all this stuff is happening to Nate Turner, and you're like, okay, is this what's going to
Push him over the edge.
push him over the edge? Like you said, his wife got raped, and then there was this, and then there was that, and he finally got a scene where he got whipped or whatever, and that was the turning point at the very end of the movie. What did you think about Nate Parker? He was the guy who directed the film. He also starred as Nate Turner. What did you think about his performance?
I like him. I like him as an actor. He was also, I believe, in The Great Debaters, a movie that we have reviewed before.
Oh, nice. I did not know that.
Yes, and so I like him as an actor.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think for the situation that he was going through in real life, with the alleged rape charges, that were dropped against him, I thought it was in very poor taste to add a rape scene into that movie.
Right.
It took me, as you know, a while to even wrap my head around the fact of watching this movie in order to review it.
I know, yeah.
It took me a while. However, like I said, this does not bear a second viewing for me. I would definitely not watch this with any young people around. There are a lot of other methods to inform young people about the atrocities of our past and the rebellion without having to view it the way that this was done.
Okay, I was actually going to get into that a little bit deeper. With the way that our society is right now and the divide that we're seeing in just the past couple of weeks, and do you think this is an important movie to watch for both sides of the narrative?
This particular movie?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
I honestly, I don't. It made me feel rage, and I just thought a lot of it was unnecessary for plot fill-in. You can literally look this information up and teach it. This is not something that I think that you should have to watch both sides. I don't even like saying both sides because there's so many different sides to the racial divide in this country right now.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's making it so black and white, and it isn't just that. So if you want to watch something that I think would help, I'll recommend The Great Debaters. I recommend Pride. There's a plethora of movies. I recommend watching Rosewood. There's so many other movies you could watch beyond this movie. So as you can tell, I was not a super fan. I would not watch this again.
Man,
but all for Screen Team.
we gotta watch like a Disney movie or something next time, Maisha.
Give me something lighter.
We gotta do something a little bit more family friendly for the next go around. But Maisha, I appreciate you taking the time off during your surgery and you coming on the air with us, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Let's pick something lighter next go around.
You got it. All right, that's Maisha. The name of the movie is called The Birth of a Nation, and if you're interested, it is on DVD. Coming up after the break, we are going to review the brand new Alien film. It's called Alien Covenant, and we will do that next on KWOC.